As we come on the air at 6, there is a renewed effort to get stranded cargo ships through the Strait of Hormuz. We're going to have much more on the president's plan coming up in just a few minutes. Good morning. It is Monday. We hope you had a great weekend, and we're glad you're starting off your new week here with us on Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus. I'm Erica Arias.
And I am Brisha Piorlo. And for all of our Star Wars fans out there, May the 4th be with you. We're checking with Rachel Piscatelli. It is a sunny day ahead, and we're looking forward to those warmer temps.
Oh, yeah, we have a big warm up on the way starting today and really peaking by tomorrow. Unfortunately, it doesn't last the whole week, but we have 2 days to enjoy. So warming up today nicely. It is going to turn on the breezy side throughout. But despite that, our numbers will get up into the upper 60s to near 70 degrees with a strong southwesterly wind. Satellite and radar picture this morning, mostly clear skies out there now. Our temperatures are comfortable, but chilly in spots at Willimantic at 33 degrees, but 49 along the shoreline in New Haven, 44 in Hartford, out the door in Groton around 47 degrees. So planning your day today, it's nice and bright as we head through the morning. By the afternoon, we'll get those numbers up into the lower to middle 60s, upper 60s by 3 o'clock. So recess outside for the kiddos as well as for the ride home. They'll likely be playing outside. 10 to 20 mile per hour winds, though, so starting to pick up in intensity. Overnight tonight, a few passing clouds, and while there could be a passing shower, it's really not that big of a deal. Heading through the day tomorrow, we'll start off with a little bit of cloud coverage, but make way to even warmer numbers out the door. Temperature-wise, around 70 degrees in Wallingford today, 71 in Middletown, 66 in Guilford. We'll sit in the upper 60s in Pomfret, slightly cooler in southeastern Connecticut. Tomorrow, temperatures go all the way up to around 80 degrees after a nice and mild start to the morning. Heading through the day on Wednesday, though, unfortunately, the warmth comes to an end. We have temperatures in the mid 60s, rain and wind likely to wrap up our Wednesday. We'll have more details on that coming up in just a bit. Here at 6:02 on our roadways, we are following one issue. This is a closure over in the Vernon-Rockville area. Highway 74, both east and westbound. That is going to be closed this morning at Grove Street, and that is due to some trees and wires down. This happened yesterday afternoon. We also had some road work here wrapping up finally over on 91. So over in the Meriden area and towards Wallingford now. A little bit of a delay, but that looks like that has cleared up. We also had an earlier crash in West Haven, but that has cleared up there. So 95, both directions, a little bit of volume, but all of it is pretty manageable. New Haven to Bridgeport is around 20. New Haven to Old Saybrook, 27. Over to you.
Rachel, thanks. 6:02 right now, and later this morning, the governor's going to sign a bill. It's going to give a handful of new rules to ICE agents, and it's also going to give people the ability to hold federal agents accountable in court. Fox 61's Glenn Kittle is joining us live in Hartford outside the Capitol. Glenn, what's in this bill?
Good morning, Erica. There are a lot of takeaways from Senate Bill 397. One of the most major gives Connecticut residents the ability to file lawsuits, and they could win damages against federal agents. The bill also includes legislation that says that they are enforcing where ICE agents can enforce operations. They may recall last September, Governor Ned Lamont and Chief Justice Raheem Mullins announced state policies to prevent U.S. ICE officers from making arrests in courtrooms. Now, the new bill designates what they're calling protective areas, which include schools, offices, and places of worship. Now, there also are rules on how ICE must conduct arrests. The bill requires agents to show identification, like their name and badge. They're also restricting face coverings while on duty, with exceptions made for medical reasons. And finally, the bill gives the state powers when it comes to investigating ICE misconduct. Now, Connecticut's Inspector General in the bill can investigate and even prosecute certain unlawful actions by federal officers, including deadly force cases. It also reinforces that all officers must follow Connecticut law while operating in the state. Now, you may recall a Cheshire High School senior by the name of Rian, who was detained by ICE agents and has since been released. There was a problem with his paperwork. He is a temporary citizen for 2 years. However, the paperwork said that paperwork error has since been corrected. Governor Ned Lamont, as well as other state officials, will be here on the Supreme Court steps just behind me to sign that bill later on today at 10:30. Live in Hartford, Glenn Kittle, Fox 61. I'll send it back to you.
All right, Glenn, appreciate the update there. Thank you. 6:04 now, and potential relief at the pump may be on the horizon. Starting today, the U.S. will begin guiding ships through the Strait of Hormuz, a critical point of oil trade across the globe. Travel through the strait has slowed down significantly since the war in Iran started back in February, driving up gas prices here in the U.S. Fox 61 Stefan Reels joins us live in studio with the latest on the effort. Stefan, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Bridget. Now, according to top U.S. officials, we're talking about a quarter of the oil trade for the entire world being impacted from the conflict in Iran. Project Freedom, the name of this effort, aims to guide ships through the strait itself. The Joint Maritime Information Center says that the U.S. has already set up an enhanced security center, and according to U.S. Central Command, more than 100 aircrafts and 15,000 of its service members will be part of this. But as of the last check we made before we went on air just a few minutes ago, the strait still seems majorly empty. And according to CNN, the U.S. has repeatedly said this isn't an escort mission, and Iran has warned any foreign military force will be attacked if they try to approach or enter the Strait of Hormuz. But when we look at the gas prices here in Connecticut, it still sits above the national average. And heading into today, the average gallon of gas has now gone up to more than $4.50, according to AAA. That's up 30 cents from a week ago, up 45 cents from a month ago, and up $1.40 from this time last year. That was at $3.07. And between December and February, just to give a little context, the state had been below $3 a gallon. The counties feeling the biggest impact right now are Fairfield County at $4.58 and New London County at $4.53. Litchfield and New Haven, on the other hand, are the cheapest counties in the state. But how much the prices may go down remains to be seen. It's already been reported by CNN, and we've confirmed that the oil prices went down for a very short amount of time, a few minutes after the announcement of Project Freedom. But it appears most companies want to wait and see what happens with this plan. But for now, in the studio, Stefan Reels, Fox 61.
All right, Stefan, and Gas Buddy is a great resource to see the cheapest gas prices in your area. Thanks. State lawmakers have approved a new multi-billion-dollar state budget over the weekend, and part of the money will assist individual towns and fund child care programs for families in need. Fox 61's Priscilla Meza breaks down the details.
A new $28 billion Connecticut budget just passed, but what does that actually mean for you? Well, lawmakers say no new taxes, but also no $200 rebate checks either. Instead, more money is going towards schools, childcare, and local towns, which could help prevent property taxes from going up. And the budget also expands tax-free week, meaning you won't pay sales tax on items of up to $300. And there's also a new tax credit for caregivers, but instead of direct cash, the focus is more on long-term relief. So one of the questions I want to ask, would you rather get a check or see more money going to your community? Let us know in the comments.
Priscilla, thank you. 6:07 now, and happening today, a man accused of electronically stalking a family member is expected to appear in court. Damian Siborowski of Norwalk is facing several charges, including criminal impersonation, harassment, and electronic stalking. He's being held on a $25,000 bond. Crews in Hartford responded to 2 homes on fire in Edgewood Streets over the weekend. The first one happened on Saturday morning. 7 adults and 5 children from 3 families were displaced. The fire department and the American Red Cross are now helping out those in need. Fortunately, no one was hurt. And then yesterday, early morning, firefighters responded to a second fire on Edgewood Street. Now, firefighters say the second floor was on fire when they arrived. It quickly spread to the 3rd floor after they got there. Crews say they were able to stop the fire from spreading to a nearby building. Unfortunately, no one was hurt in that fire either, and it's unclear if anyone was displaced. And yet another house fire, this one in Hamden, it sent 1 person to the hospital. It happened just before 9 o'clock yesterday morning at a home on Grandview Avenue. One pet did die in the fire, but 2 cats were rescued along with 2 dogs. The fire was contained to the basement, but it caused extensive heat and smoke damage throughout the entire home. Firefighters say it appears the fire started on a flat-top grill, and the homeowner tried to put it out before the crews arrived.
A missing child has been found safe in Tallinn after disappearing on Saturday. Search crews zeroed in on the Grant Hill Road area, and that's where they located the minor. Details beyond that remain unclear. The child was checked out by EMTs Saturday night and was found to be in good health. Now the state police are investigating what happened in the 2 days she was missing. In North Stonington we go on Saturday night. That's where fire and EMS had to rescue a person trapped in a rollover crash. You are looking at the collision here on your screen. It happened on Winnechaug Hill Road. The victim had their hand pinned underneath the vehicle. Crews quickly stabilized the car, lifted it, and freed the person successfully. The victim was taken to the hospital, their condition unknown this morning, and no word on the cause of the crash either.
At least 12 people were hurt in a shooting at a party at a lake near Oklahoma City last night. Check out the scene. This was near Arcadia Lake. Police say it happened just before 9 o'clock last night. They got a report that shots were fired at a gathering with young adults. So far, no arrests have been made.